Okay, this is the most important piece of lore that I need to know about Star Fox is, were people furry horny before the GameCube game with the hot fox lady? Were they like looking at the N64 Star Fox stuff and being like, oh yeah, I want that?
Yes.
You know the answer to that, Ethan. What a stupid question.
Stupid. That's really dumb. Star Fox.
Do a barrel roll all over.
Oh my god. Okay. Stop the timer. I was gonna see how long it took for us to say do a barrel roll.
Yeah, I mean, not
long.
Not long,
Iconic
it
line.
turns out.
Iconic line for some reason. Like,
some-
why? Why did that one stand out?
I have the answer to that and many other answers.
Oh, okay.
Here on this week's episode of The Lore You Know. Welcome to The Lore You Know, a podcast where some friends talk about the fantastic and often convoluted lore of the media that you grew up with and love. And here to talk about the mostly correct facts this week is me, CJ.
Ethan, you can go next. I'm allowing it. I know, because this was a problem before.
Me, Ethan.
And me, Liz.
That's so classic you guys. Always
Yeah.
your witty back and forth. Lizzie coming in, MVP of the episode. And you, Ethan, always with a little quip. And of course, that leaves me, the CJ man, to bring it all home.
Right. What's with the announcer voice?
That's so funny. You're so good at this. I'm glad you asked. Let's
Thanks.
talk about it.
Okay.
And then the music.
The music's been in for a while.
Oh no.
I was trying
I
to
say, I think we're in it. We introduced ourselves. So
listen, guys. I've been trying to expand the brand a little bit, and like a big part of that is to have some more short form content. But all the short form content I see on like YouTube and stuff is all like the AI voice. That's like.
Yeah, that's exactly. I was like,
you'll never believe what these three gamers are up to this week, talking about the Star Fox.
CJ's trying to have the worst of both worlds.
Yeah, why
is
don't
not have the
why don't we use AI?
not have the AI do the work for him, but still
we need to
AI
make the
slop.
content that people expect.
We can make slop on our own.
We can make our own
Thank
slop.
you very much.
I just thought that would be helpful for engagement. It would be comforting for the audience
Mm-hmm.
to hear a soothing AI voice at the beginning.
Top 10 Star Fox moments.
Number one, Star Fox.
When Peppy says do a barrel roll. Oh, that's number one?
That's
that
good,
kinda
honey.
sucks.
That's a really good Chills voice. You've been practicing, I can tell.
Thanks.
Well, you are correct, though. We are going to talk about the top 10 Star Fox moments because this week we are going to talk about Star Fox. Why? Spoiler, Ethan. I know you've been trying to avoid spoilers for the new Mario movie. You're like, don't tell me who's in it. I
want the deep narrative to just kind of flow over me, you know.
I want to immerse myself in this world, this universe. Or
This galaxy?
galaxy?
Galaxy.
Maybe? I don't remember what the game's called.
It is called the Super Mario Galaxy movie.
Is it called that?
Yes.
I thought it was just Super
Yeah.
Mario 2.
No.
I thought
idiot.
they could have called it Super
Adding
Mario.
2 onto anything is so lame. So like
They could have called it Super
90s
Mario Brothers
question
2.
mark.
Wart is in it from Super Mario Brothers 2. King Wart.
That's pretty great.
There is Pikmin, I believe, show up in it.
What? Really?
Yes.
Yes, they
Oh.
do.
Sorry.
Yeah, just like in
Spoilers
the
for me.
Yeah.
background or something.
Yeah. Sorry.
No,
honey.
none of us have seen this movie,
No.
listeners.
I mean, I feel like
As
I
of
have
recording this,
from what
so-
people fucking post on the internet.
Yeah.
From what the official Nintendo posts on the internet. But also, there's one little cameo by one Fox McCloud And so we've decided that's going to be the focus of this
Voiced
week's
by
episode.
Glenn Powell.
Good enough.
Okay. When I say we, Lizzie has a lot of experience playing the old Star Fox 64 game on her Nintendo 64.
Yeah, it was.
Mhm.
I was so proud as a child because it was basically the only video game I owned that I could beat, like from start to finish.
Yeah.
And I thought that was so cool, and I got so good at it I could just keep doing it over and over and over again. But I was not smart enough to figure out that there were how to do all of the many alternate routes that there are in the original Star Fox 64. I just kept getting the not true ending
Yeah. So
of the game because there's a untrue ending ?
So our research for this week was we probably should have not done this if we wanted to learn more about it, but we just decided to replay Star Fox 64 and watch some playthroughs of some of the other games instead of just reading wikis like we normally do.
We read a little bit of
What?
wikis too.
We read some wikis too.
Do you guys not play through every single game when we do them?
I mean, yes, we do.
Yeah, yes,
but,
we do. And
yeah,
we
do.
make notes while in the moment, and then we recite those notes.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was a joke.
Speaking of jokes, no, I won't insult. I won't insult my wife's Star Fox playing abilities. But
I was going to say, yeah, as a kid, it was one of my favorites for the Nintendo 64, and then I proceeded to never play another Star Fox game ever again for some reason.
and why would you?
And I think, but a part of me thinks that I genuinely did not know there were other Star Fox games until I was a little bit older. Like I just missed them. Amazingly, I couldn't look things up on the internet for some of my life.
Yeah.
Just like how I couldn't look things up on the internet how to find the alternate routes in Star Fox 64.
Back in the ancient days.
And
you
nor
had
did
to-
I
you had to
know
call Nintendo
anyone
for that.
else who played it, which is also weird about it. Like I was the only person I knew out of family and friends who also had game systems. Only person I knew who played Star Fox.
I know Star Fox from Super Smash Brothers as the least fun guy to play as, but apparently the best. I
like to play Fox sometimes,
How-
but definitely
why-
not one of my
the
favorites.
least fun guy.
I learned once people told me that Fox was actually the best character in Smash. This is old Smash, mind you, not like I don't know the current tier list.
Whatever bullshit they're going on right now.
I assume it's Bayonetta or something. But the old Star Fox, the old Fox in Smash Brothers,
Like
was
GameCube
no
or...
fun at all to play, and that's when I learned that the less fun something is, the more competitive it is, and that's why I sort of fell off of the competitive game scene altogether.
I feel like, CJ, that every child has had a good time playing Super Smash where the rest of the players are over there fighting and like engaging, and you're just to the side as Fox shooting little laser beams that slowly increase their
Yep.
damage
Yep.
but don't affect the game in any other way.
It is funny. It's funny. But that's not top tier play, Ethan. It has something to do with wave dashing, which nobody knows what that means. But
If only someone had made a presentation to show them how.
if only. I would have stayed awake for that. But today we are going to talk about the Star Fox mainline games. And so when you see him for about 3 seconds in the Mario movie,
I think he's in it more than that.
then you'll be like, oh, I know him. I know him.
I know
He-
him.
I-
Or when
yeah.
Nintendo maybe makes a separate movie about
Yeah.
Star Fox, because they're headed down the path of making more movies about their stuff. So
They sure are, and yeah, CJ, he's. I also haven't seen it, but I have heard that he is in it a weirdly large
Yes,
amount,
that's what I
and
heard
that
as well.
he actually has more screen time than Rosalina.
yes,
the
that's what I
The
heard.
character.
is ostensibly like the new main
Like
character.
a Mario character.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right, the from the Galaxy games in the Galaxy movie makes a minor appearance.
Daisy's in here, and they don't like it that she's tan. The alt right. or whatever. She's
Well-
like brown-ish,
Sure. They complain about a lot of
interesting.
things.
which she kind of always is.
I didn't realize Daisy was in this either. I'm getting lots of spoilers. Sorry, everyone else who hasn't seen.
I
the Mario
told you
movie
up front
and
we were
cares
gonna spoil
deeply,
this movie.
Cares deeply about it.
There's
I'm
gotta
sure.
be. We need to find a different word for this because spoiler is like a narrative thing is gonna happen.
And we're just
I feel like
giving you the character
like,
list.
There has to be a different word for like nostalgia bait that you don't know is going to come in just to make you go,
Allison Brie.
oh,
Is Allison Brie Daisy?
I know that.
Daisy is in the end credits scene.
Oh, okay.
I guess. Wait, is this real? I don't know. I don't want to spread misinformation.
Okay. Question mark
Also,
if Daisy is in this. or
Also,
not, though.
AI makes everything.
Period.
Well, yeah,
unfortunately.
but it makes everything very difficult to figure out if it's real or not in this day and age. I'm not doing it on
almost
the
like
fly.
it's a tool for fascism.
Almost like that, but who can say? So yeah, the stupid, the fucking everything's the adventures now. It's whatever. Anyway, we're playing the long game with our podcast. And we're doing all these lore for these really niche, specific characters that you grew up with and love, so that when they make a multi-billion-dollar franchise, we're gonna be the first ones in there to be like, check out this podcast. It's only 2 hours, and you can learn everything you need to know without seeing the movie. Because people love that. They don't actually want to go see the movie. They just want to know everything about the movie, so that they can be part of the zeitgeist. We get it. That's why you're here. That's why we're here. Let's get into it. Star Fox. Original Star Fox, Ethan. Did you know that there was a Star Fox before Star Fox 64? There's 63 of them. Is a joke that's really funny and hasn't
really
been used
good.
for every N64 game.
Yeah, there was a Super Nintendo one, right?
That is correct, Ethan. It's crazy too. We like watched some gameplay of it, and it is like, I would say technologically, it is way beyond what should be possible for the SNES. But it's really neat. It's known as a rail shooter. For those of you who are not into the video game genre stuff, a rail shooter is when you have something like a airplane or a car or something that just has a predetermined path down which it travels, and then you as the player don't really control the direction of where you're going, but you are shooting things. It's sort of your Buzz Lightyear Star Command Dark Ride, but a video game instead.
What?
Do you not?
Okay.
Do you not know? Everyone knows the Buzz Lightyear Star Command Dark Ride, Ethan. That's
Yeah, I don't know. You're out of the loop, Ethan. If you
that's
don't,
pretty
so
crazy. That,
Okay. All right. Sure. I'll need a lore short on that later, but for now,
and
we'll pretend I know.
there's
it.
a pretty good Defunct Land on it. So what you need to know about the rail shooter is that I, CJ, hate them. I really do not like rail shooters. I'm sorry if you like rail shooters. It falls under that category of like Sonic the Hedgehog game where to like be good at it, you have to kind of learn the level. So you have to play the same thing over and over. And the fact that it's a rail shooter means you're doing like the same thing over and over to figure out where all the stuff is. And it's just not for me. And I think the controls are wonky and not very fun. But it looks cool.
I loved it as a kid.
Lizzie loved it. In the original Star Fox, we get a distress call from one General Pepper. He is a dog.
He's a bloodhound. Specifically.
He's a bloodhound.
We're
all the characters
if
are
you did not know about Star
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Fox, we're in the furry universe.
All of the characters are anthropomorphic.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's in the Lilat system, which I guess is a system of
furries.
anthropomorphic animal.
which is like heaven for someone.
Yeah.
But probably a furry Mormon would believe that.
Maybe. I don't.
The Lilat system, which the wiki says is a system that is centered around a giant blue star, which already I'm like, giant stars, as they get bigger, they tend to get redder. There's no such thing as a
Not in the live.
there's no such
Actually-
thing as there's no such thing as a giant blue star. Whatever though. Let's pretend that such a thing could exist.
The rest of this, hard science fiction, but
Science
that
fact.
one part, that one's a little bit off. Sorry.
Anyway, General Pepper sends out a distress call. He says, Team Star Fox, we need your help. Andros is invading the Corneria system. And this is when we learn that Corneria is
Corneria
is the sort of like home
planet.
world.
It's the Earth.
Yeah, it's like the home world of the Lilat system. It's kind of implied that all of the sentient like animal people are from here, and then from there they sort of cast out among the stars
they just
and
have
settle.
crazy tech.
Yeah, but some guy named Andros is sending his army to invade Corneria, and they're calling for Team Star Fox to help. Who's on Team Star Fox? Well, of course, we have the Star Fox himself, Fox McCloud. He is a cool pilot. He's
super cool.
That's kind of his whole character trait. They don't get a lot of characterizations yet. But as we'll see, Star Fox is just sort of your Maverick style ace pilot, cool under pressure, always ready for action kind of guy. This is a thing that pops up. We're here to dispel unfounded rumors.
Okay.
People have said that the Star Fox pilots have robotic legs, that they got their legs cut off and replaced with
people
robot
used to
legs.
think that.
But the game creator said that they just wear metal boots. So I don't know why you would want to wear metal boots, but they do.
To protect their legs.
Because it's rad.
They run everywhere. That's just like weighted clothing, but that's like weighted clothing if you never took it off. Like
maybe they're like cybernetic leg suits.
It actually
make
makes
them
them
run
faster. That
faster.
would make sense because our next character is a little portly, but he can still run just as fast as the rest of them. I'm talking about Peppy Hare. Peppy Hare is the older father figure of the group.
He's the mentor.
He was part of the previous generation of Star Fox, which we'll get into in a moment. But he was Fox's dad's best friend and wingman. And he now guides Fox as sort of a mentor figure. He is called the glue that holds the team together. But he is the one who's always giving you tips. He's telling you to do a barrel roll and do a somersault and try
never give up. Trust your instincts.
Never give up. Trust your
Which
instincts.
is something Fox's dad also said.
That's true.
Very cute.
And also something that one of his rivals kind of says to him later, but we'll get to that. Foreshadowing. Up next, we have Slippy Toad. He's a frog. He's kind of always in peril.
Everyone hates Slippy.
He's
as far as like
I
fans.
don't know how they programmed the pilots to like fly through the levels because these guys all fly through levels with you.
Right.
They are said to help you out. I've never seen it. But also they're also in danger sometimes and you need to help them
all
out.
the fucking time they are in danger.
Yeah.
And they get mad at you when you're not helping them in like a second's notice.
Lizzie's mad because they will shout at you if you shoot them accidentally, and she shoots them accidentally a lot.
Hey, Einstein, I'm on your side.
Yeah. Anyway, Slippy Toad is kind of their like tech guy. I don't know why he's on this ace pilot team, but Slippy and Fox went to academy together. So they're like
Sounds like that's why
they're like roommates or something. But Slippy Toad is supposed to be pretty good with like
Slippy
machines.
is supposed to be super smart, but does
Yeah.
not come across that way in gameplay. I will say.
Like he doesn't really invent much. He scans the enemy and he tells you that the enemy has been scanned. So if that requires
that's great.
analyzed.
if that requires smarts, he's good there.
As a child, I was confused and thought Peppy was a girl or Slippy was a girl for a long time because he's got kind of like a
very high-pitched voice.
Yeah. And then, of course, rounding out the team is the hot shot Falco Lombardi, who is named after the greatest football coach
Of all
that's
time.
ever existed. Rest in peace, Mr. Lombardi.
And he's a falcon, but so that's why his name is Falco. Just took the N off.
That's right. Yeah, some of them are just named Fox, which is weird.
Yeah, I'm gonna name you what you are.
But then some of them are named like Slippy Toad. But his last name is still Toad.
And Peppy Hare.
And Peppy Hare and Fox McCloud.
Except General Pepper presumably is his last name.
His last name. His first name's probably
right.
Dog.
His dog
Pepper.
It's
Dog Pepper. I like that. Now we are making up facts. That's why it's mostly correct facts. But the four of them form Team Star Fox, and they're based out of the Great Fox, which is the name of their carrier
A
ship.
big chonky aircraft carrier. Which is piloted by
Rob.
Rob the robot.
He's a robot. He's an AI.
This is legitimate facts I did not know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, and he always talks to you.
He
and
talks
says
to you. He's like,
he
I'm
sends you
locking on to your
supplies."
position, and then he like sends you a little like shield if
if
it's going bad
Peppy
for you.
or Falco or Slippy get shot down in battle on a stage, he reports like Peppy's ship is in the docking bay.
Yeah, he talks like a fun robot. It's great.
And then they skip a level.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they come back, their ship's been repaired, and he's like,
Repairs are complete.
Yeah, repairs are complete on Peppy's ship.
Oh, what a good boy.
He is a good boy.
And he was like, I will say, complaint in 64 chooses the worst moments all the time to be like, then he's like, location confirmed, sending supplies, and then he sends like a box in the middle of like the worst moment possible that you're supposed to shoot to get some supplies out of.
You're right, honey. I do think it's time.
Hell yeah.
I do think it's time I let this fucking game have it with both barrels, because I just don't like it. And it has maybe one of the worst control schemes I have ever
It was
had
really
the
bad
displeasure
playing
of,
on the Switch.
It is like even if we were on the N64, that you have one whole stick has to be used just for looking around, because you're on a rail shooter, you have to aim in like 2-dimensional space. So you're using your one stick to move around. You are always going in the direction that you're looking, which is already feels bad because you're trying to aim at people and move in different directions. You have a button that makes you speed up, a button that makes you slow down. That's fine. But now you're kind of almost out of buttons on the N64 controller, because one of the buttons has to be used for shooting, which, by the way, you can't just hold the shoot button down and it shoots constantly. You have to mash the button for the whole game. You never stop, because there's never a reason for you to not be shooting constantly.
Always be shooting. Abs.
All I'm hearing is that CJ just was not.
So
cut
then
out
you
be
have
a
to
pilot.
then you
know
have to
what?
press two buttons.
Lizzie could
You
do
have to
it.
press two buttons at the
That's right.
same time to do a loop-de-loop, which is the most critical move you can do. Without it, you will lose every
And I
dogfight.
was not good at video games as a child.
You
and I
have
could
to do
this.
a barrel roll, which requires you to press a button twice. You have to do a U-turn.
Okay,
Press a button twice.
I don't know.
No.
Okay, to be clear, we've replayed Star Fox 64 on the Switch port, and so I don't know. So obviously they had to map everything to the Switch controllers, and I was like, I don't know. I wish I had actually gotten out the 64 and played it on there to see the controls on that, because I do not remember feeling so awkward about the controls.
No, it was
as a kid.
bad. I promise you.
The Switch ports of N64 games are notoriously bad for like a number of reasons. One of the big ones is that the original N64 controller does not have any form of dead zone on its control stick, and so it will read even the slightest movement that you do.
Perfect.
And the games are made knowing that it will read even the slightest movement that you do.
Yeah.
But modern controllers have dead zones, and so you cannot do those slight movements that a lot of the games require.
That's probably why people are pissed off at the Mario 64 port because you're just like,
Yeah.
you're either at 0 or 100 run speed. You're not walking around.
If you want to get really, really frustrated sometimes, CJ, boot up the Ocarina of Time on the Switch and try and do the bow and arrow challenges
Sure.
that you easily did as a child, and you will just be screaming at the
I mean, I
screen.
will say CJ and I played the Star Fox 64 together, and CJ and I don't really argue or fight, but we were both really shouting at each other while playing the Star Fox 64 port.
Well, so we wanted to get the real ending. So this isn't actually like a genuinely really good thing I'll say about Star Fox 64 is that they have a sort of built-in dynamic difficulty setting where if you complete a level without doing any like bonus kind of harder objectives, you will just go to an easier next level. So there are branching paths in this game.
They're easy, medium, and hard.
Yeah.
I did not know this as a kid. I was like, so the way Star Fox works, you know, you start on Corneria no matter what, and then it shows you like a map of the Lilat system, and then it just automatically, after you beat the level, it's like, okay, you're going here next. And I was like, what about these other planets?
Right.
I've never been to these, and I could not figure it out. At one point, I started to realize there was more going on because I did get an underwater level, and I was like, how do I get the underwater level again? What did I do to trigger this? So I knew that you somehow could get to these places, but again, couldn't look shit up. Couldn't ask anybody. So I just did not know. Wasn't good at video
Mom
games.
to buy the physical game guide.
You gotta call them.
I
on
probably
the
didn't
phone.
know.
Call them collect.
I probably didn't know there was a game guide, even though we had a game guide for The Legend of Zelda.
Nice. So when we played, we got about halfway through before we figured this out. Before like we discovered that there's like different exits to the levels, pretty much.
Sure.
And we were able to go from the easy route to the hard route, and
Which was a crazy difference.
it became
by the way.
immediately clear like why Lizzie was able to beat this
Yeah.
game as a kid,
Yes.
and then now that we tried to play it on adult mode,
Why
it
we were
just was-
shouting at each other
like,
in frustration.
we just, I mean, thank God for the emulator that you can just rewind a little bit, because we
Yes.
were just constantly rewinding, because there's no way in God's earth we would have started over from all the places we died to get back to that point. It's just not happening. But so there is in Star Fox 64 and in the original Star Fox, we'll talk how they're related, but there is like a fake ending and then a true canon ending. There's also a little bit of debate as to whether or not there's a canonical route that you take. But the consensus seems to be that pretty much all of the missions are canonical. And then any one playthrough of the game, you're just kind of seeing, you know, one route of them, because they will make references to stuff that are like, this mission didn't happen on the hard line of the game, so canonically you wouldn't have seen it. And it's like, well, I don't know. They shut up.
I also wanted to say before we go further, there are another optional thing in Star Fox 64 is there are levels where friends of yours appear that are not a member of Team Star Fox. And so they only appear on certain levels. So one of them is Bill Gray. He's a bulldog. And like as a child, I would get this level as a child. It must be one of the easy ones. That Bill appears for like reinforcements, and Fox is just like, Bill, and I'm like, buddy, and I'm like, am I supposed to know who this is? What? But I just over time, I'm also like, Bill, oh my God, it's Bill.
Bill, you're
He's here.
Look, everyone, it's Bill.
He is apparently a childhood schoolmate of Fox and Falco and Slippy.
Yeah.
But instead of joining Star Fox, he joined the Cornerian army.
Yeah. So Team Star Fox is like a mercenary group.
Yeah, they are not part of the army. The army hires them for help.
Yep. Although it seems to be implied that they have helped the army a lot because General Pepper is like, Team Star Fox, once again, you have saved our bacon. We are in your debt.
And the other character that can appear for help in Star Fox 64 is Kat Monroe, a lady. I never have played a level where she appears, so I'm not sure what that is on. But she is just another friend who can appear, who is also not a Star Fox member, but just like a helpful.
She's a
pilot.
special friend.
She's a special friend. She is friends with Falco, so that's how she knows the team, and she really likes Falco.
So I guess we didn't really lay out.
We didn't talk about Falco, did
Well,
we?
we didn't really lay out the format today's episode is going to take. I kind of, in this case, normally I try and do things all in order, like in universe in order,
sure,
or in game in order, or like whatever. This one I'm going to just kind of cover the meat of it, and then we can sort of eat around the bone a little bit and get a little more into the weeds for whatever as we see fit.
Okay.
So
we'll talk the furry ships later.
Well, okay. So Falco was not originally part of Team Star Fox. But I guess all of these guys weren't. So before we get too far into Fox McCloud's story, let's back up one generation. There was a previous Team Star Fox that was led by James McCloud. That's Star Fox's dad, also Star Fox, and he is awesome. But he is just Fox with glasses, like sunglasses.
Yes,
very cool.
Yeah, he's super.
he's a space fighter, but he's like, I do still
well,
love
it's
sunglasses.
bright and
shades.
sunny. It's sunny in space. That's where the sun is.
Yeah, I mean, we only have like the specific. He's a hero. The specific positive view of him. We don't really know too much about him besides he was really cool. He wore sunglasses. He was the original member of Team Star Fox with Peppy and another one. And he died.
Yeah. So,
They do that.
So, James McCloud, Peppy Hare, and what's that pig's name?
Pigma.
Pigma.
The pig's name is Pigma. How could you forget that?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Egg on my face. They were so. It was described that Peppy Hare and James McCloud were like closest, bestest buds. They like loved each other, and they were getting assigned to a mission to go explore a planet called the Venom, and Pigma was like, I will volunteer for this mission. And these two super close-knit guys, like best of buds, were like, yeah, sure, let this random third guy on our team.
Well, he was a
too.
member of Star Fox. Yeah.
Yeah, well, they've gone back and forth a little bit whether or not he was like a member that betrayed them or if he was actually a double agent the whole time and he just joined Star Fox to like be an insider. But yes, the vile Pigma betrayed Peppy Hare and James McCloud. You see, General Pepper had a scientist, a Cornerian scientist, that was doing all these bio experiments and making all these weapons and what have you. Normal sciencey stuff.
Yeah.
His name was Andros. And Andros is a monkey man, and he came up with all of these crazy designs for like new technologies, all these like
things to defend the Lilat system for the Cornerian army.
All these like bioengineered stuff.
Okay, a good guy. I see.
Yes.
Right. I got it.
He's a really good guy.
Well, I actually don't know why he had such a falling out with Pepper.
So I think he feels. think he feels betrayed because he was doing all this stuff for Corneria. He was dedicating his life to creating these incredible things, but he was getting out of hand.
Yeah,
with
Pepper was like, all right, you need to
bioweapons.
stop with this. It's getting too crazy. You made a giant gorilla machine called the
The Gigarilla.
the Gigorilla. That can't be good.
All right, that's a friendship ender. When I come to you, CJ, and I show you my beautiful Gigarilla, and
I probably
and
wouldn't
you
banish
you tell
you
me
to.
right, if you banished me when I showed you my Gigarilla, like we'd be done.
You know what? He probably would, because the way to defeat the Gigarilla is you shoot its butt.
You shoot its
So
little,
you'd be
its
like,
little asshole.
that's
You put a little weak
too
point.
fucking far. You build a robot and you have to shoot its ass.
It's funny though.
It has a big X on its ass.
So he had a falling out with Pepper, and he's like, General Pepper, I will make you and all of Corneria pay for not being cool with me.
I feel like it's kind of unclear, honestly,
Yeah.
why that, like, what was the final straw for those two, because it resulted in General Pepper being like, not only are you fired, you are banished to this barren planet.
Yeah.
So he banished him to Venom. And so I was like, okay, unclear. It seems like you guys had like a messy breakup, and then he was like, banish him.
Banish him to Venom forever.
And then
But now-
meanwhile on Venom, then he just starts building like everything he was working on before to
Which, yeah, he still has all the
destroy
resources
Cornerian
too.
army.
I guess he really was like the hub of this operation, and he
Yeah.
just moved his operation now to Venom, and then raised his own rebel army.
And like, well, obviously every bad guy in the galaxy was like, I'm on this guy's side.
Yeah.
So
Right, yeah.
Yeah, it was really
Listen, we've all been burned by our exes. I want to see you get back
Yeah.
at General Pepper.
really bad tactical move
he
by
also
Pepper.
I have to say, weird, like, he gets mostly other monkeys to work for him, and I'm like, so is this
I think
like
it's a family affair.
a family affair? Because also the Cornerian army seems to be mostly only dogs.
Yeah. I think he got all of the like monkey folk to defect with him.
It's like a racial thing.
I guess.
happening.
And there's not that many foxes, although
yeah,
there are
hell
some.
yeah.
Yeah.
But so whatever their reasons were, Andros is building up this rebel army on the planet of Venom, and I gotta say too, I think that General Pepper is a truly dog shit general. Like, he seems like an okay guy, but his army is constantly getting outmaneuvered.
He's always like, help, Star Fox, we can't do anything on our own,
like,
please.
without Team Star Fox, who is not part of their army at all. They have like no structure. They're like, they say they have all these defenses, but they're constantly being broken.
They
And I'm
have
like, at a
Bill.
certain point, this is tactical error from the top. I don't know what to tell you, Pepper.
At least they have Bill.
They have Bill.
Star Fox, all of the defenses that Andros have made for us.
That's
have been
literally what
crushed by-
happens. They didn't even change them. They're like, Andros made this big robot for us to defend us, so we've been keeping it around. Why? Throw it in the trash.
Yeah, I don't know.
So I don't think he's a very good general, but he's like, Star Fox, we need your help. This is to James McLeod, Star Fox's dad at this point. He's like, you have to go to Venom because there's been some crazy things happening, and we think that Andros is up to something. So Team Star Fox, which is James and Peppy Hair and Pigma, all go to Venom to investigate, and that is where Pigma launches his treachery and betrays the Team Star Fox.
Do you think that they were just like Pigman, take off the N?
Yes, although they spell it with a
Yeah.
Y. Pigma.
No, they don't.
I think they do, don't they?
No, they definitely don't. No, that
Okay.
would be crazy.
Why would that be crazy?
I don't know. Just would be.
All right.
Let's see. His it says other names: Neo Pigma, Dirty Swine,
Whoa.
and Bacon Boy.
Whoa,
Those are slurs.
that's crazy that they would say that.
yeah, you can't be saying that.
There is we watched something where Slippy gets really mad when he gets called Froggy, which
Yeah.
I also assume is like
Which
a
is some
slur.
sort of frog slur.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Which is just his last name.
He's Toad. He's not a frog.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah. Even though he is a frog, right?
But I think he is a frog.
Toads don't look like that, so I don't know.
I think he's a sentient man.
Yeah.
Is what he is.
Obviously. So the team is broken up because one of them, there's only 3 people big at this point. One of them defected, and this part is a little bit hazy between the games, but
It's been retconned a little bit.
from what we can tell, there was some sort of I don't know, doomsday type weapon that was being built on Venom, and the Star Fox team tried to deal with it and Andros, and they kind of got trapped there, and James McCloud somehow sacrificed himself to allow Peppy Hare to escape. We don't really know what happened or why, but
This is more in context is given to this situation in or / retconned a bit in Star Fox Zero.
yeah.
Whereas original like Star Fox and Star Fox 64, it's just like James went there and died, and Peppy escaped with his life just
Yeah, that'll
barely.
happen.
So that's why they were like, okay, it was actually James sacrificed himself so Peppy could escape.
And
He's listen, Peppy. I've got a son back there, and I don't want to raise
Yeah.
him.
And
So
you got no one, presumably, so you should
well,
go.
we do learn that Peppy Hare does also have a family. I was
Yeah.
thinking that too, of like, why wouldn't Peppy sacrifice himself and be like, James, you gotta get back to your kid, instead of James being like, Peppy, I want you to raise my boy like your own son, because I guess I just don't want to.
I really don't want to. Peppy, I'm going for some cigarettes, and I don't know when I'll be back.
So there are some comics. We're not going to talk about them too much because they do directly contradict a lot of the stuff. And in this case, I'm going to say that the game's canon is king. Although Lizzie did find some literature that maybe Andros and James already had some history. Because
Yes.
Maybe they were lovers.
There
Yeah.
were some
Okay.
comics put out in Nintendo Power for original Star Fox on the Nintendo Entertainment System, and it suggests that Andros wanted James's wife, Vixie.
Oh hell yeah!
who's a fox,
Who's a
which
fox?
we don't. I guess we see some mixed species couples, so it's not unheard
Well,
of.
Cat really has a thing for Falco,
The
which
cat.
is weird because it's a cat and a bird.
Yeah, well, cats like birds. They like to kill
That's
them.
true.
So maybe Andros already was mad.
I think that's been retcons,
at
honestly.
James, but yeah, Andros is mostly mad at James McCloud because James, through his sacrifice, was able to kind of activate this doomsday weapon, which had something to do with like portal technology, which traps Andros in like the null space zone or whatever. Again, they don't really
In
go
another
into
dimension.
it. Yeah, but Andros is not killed, but he is like trapped in a different dimension.
Right.
And Peppy Hare escapes, as does Pigma, who betrayed them and bounced.
So Andros has.
Wait, what did he do to betray them exactly?
He like led them into a trap or
I think
something.
I think he just I
Okay.
think he was with them and then he was like just kidding and like surprise like attacked
He
them
attacked
and that
them,
just did
yeah.
not help the situation.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
And they only had 3 members
There's
of
only
the
3 of
squad,
them,
so
yeah.
like, that was like a third of their guys now against them.
So Andros has huge beef with General Pepper, which
Yeah.
seems to be most of his ire. He hates General Pepper for firing and banishing him and putting him in this mess to begin with. And then he obviously does not like James McCloud.
Hates James McCloud. But James
because-
McCloud is dead.
But James McCloud is dead.
But he's transferring that hatred onto his son, Fox.
It's
now.
more so I read it more so that he's like it's just like a taunting thing for
Yeah.
him. That whenever he sees Fox, he's like, "You're gonna die like your dad."
No,
haha."
I think he's even like, because he's like James McCloud, why won't you die?
Yeah.
Because like he's being like haunted by his son now, who's like beating him up.
right, who also
So-
looks identical to him,
Yeah.
sans
Without the
sunglasses.
sunglasses.
Exactly
I
such.
actually that's how I kind of read that voice line. That's a voice line from Star Fox Zero,
Zero,
which
yeah.
is the Wii U Star Fox game, which is very different from 64 and original Star Fox, but is
It's a remake.
more or less the same plot. Just different levels. And but yeah, he in the final boss fight, Andros is like, James McCloud, why won't you die? He says it after Fox seems to hear his father's voice
Yeah.
calling out to him. And so it's like, it kind of reads like Andros also heard it.
Yeah.
But I was like, I think this is like he's losing it in the last moment,
Yeah.
and it's like, I'm fighting this fucker again.
I think so too.
James,
It's
why
like
won't you die?
It's like his legacy won't die.
Yeah.
But also ghosts are real in this universe. So we'll get into that too.
But also ghosts are real, so.
Wow, honey, we're doing a great job. You're like my wingman.
Oh my gosh.
We are. What do you?
I mean, legally, I am.
It's not how the law works or marriage, but yeah, I guess you're right. Which pilot do you guys want to be? I'll obviously be Fox McCloud.
I'll obviously be Wolf,
Yeah.
whatever his last name is.
Star Wolf.
O'Connell. Actually, you're kind of a Falco in a way, honey, because we have a lot of romantic tension.
You're right.
Lizzie thinks that those two characters might like to kiss each
Me,
other.
I am definitely.
Lizzie and no one else.
Yeah, I was
thinks
gonna say I am not the one that made that up.
No, but I believe it.
So this is not even a lore question. This is just a spiritual question.
Sure.
Okay.
Why is it that these like, especially these older game series, you have like the regular people ones, your Marios, your Italian mans, and they're just like no background narrative necessary. Lonk, he wants to save Princess, and that's good.
There's a lot of background.
And then they
there.
get the furry characters, and they're like, we need some intense interrelationships.
Because
There are just like 40 different people here, and they all have this past together and all of this. They do the same thing in Sanic. They're like, we need so many furry
Miyamoto had a
characters.
vision. I don't know what to tell you.
I mean, I do. Lizzie has touched on this before, but I think a lot of it too is that these tend to show up in your sort of queer spaces. And I think it's because they only made male characters for the most part. And so they could be like, oh, well, there's only men in these stories. And so probably they would be kissing each other. I imagine there's no women to talk to. So
I mean, that's like mostly a misogyny thing.
yeah, well,
when you
yeah,
make a
there's no women.
male-centered
There's no women
story.
in the stories because
Yeah.
of misogyny. But then, as a consumer, you get these stories, and you're like,
Oh boy, guys, I can't wait to do a Naruto
I was gonna say,
episode.
you brought this up in the context of Naruto, probably about every day we've been married.
Yep.
But that's probably why, Ethan, is because people are drawing them. They're making little stories with them. That's the biggest thing. If you can draw the characters, because like no one wants to draw Mario. He's just like a guy.
He's just a guy.
Well, also,
that is
why-
true.
But like Fox and Peppy Hare and Falco, like those are fun to draw, and so you draw them, and then people make little
You can
characters with
draw-
them.
and then you
Well,
draw
also
them
why
kissing.
a lot
Draw
of
them
like in
kissing,
the
and same
modern
with Sonic.
modern gaming industry, there's been a lack of like new generation mascots for anything because they
Yeah.
just keep making white man rendered very realistically, and it's like that's not really iconic or fun or
You're,
good
you're
to draw.
telling me
We don't
Nathan
make-
Drake
we don't make-
and the guy from the
Resident
zombie
Evil
one
and,
the
like, yeah,
first
all those
off,
boys.
you will not
I mean-
speak ill of the Resident
I'm
Evil
not.
cast.
I just was saying they're also white men. So.
That's true.
We don't make any new characters anymore.
No.
We just find whichever one is currently cheapest that you have some nostalgic
Yes.
Oh,
That
Ethan,
too.
connection to.
did you get forward in the notes a little bit? We haven't even gotten to Star Fox Adventure, but all right.
Oh, hell yeah.
So okay, wait, all right. So
We've left off on ghosts are real. Then we talked about
Ghosts-
something else.
ghosts are real. So now
Okay.
now we're
Do you want to touch on ghosts are real?
no, they
for a
just
sec?
are. I don't know.
Just
They'll
are.
come up later.
It's
Okay, sure.
if you
I just wanted you to know that so that you're not surprised later.
if you get the well
Okay.
one if you get like I mentioned in Star Fox Zero, you hear your father's voice when defeating Andros. But then in Star Fox 64, the true ending is
It's really good. No,
when
don't
you-
spoil it yet, honey. We'll get to it.
Okay,
It's
well,
a good.
you see a ghost. Sorry.
Yeah, you see a ghost. It's fine. So it's now sort of a generation after all the stuff with Andros getting sealed away in a different dimension and all this other stuff.
Wait, sorry. I had to point out that you get this background info about James McLeod via an opening crawl for Star Fox 64, famously from, say it with me, Austin Powers also has this opening crawl.
What? What are you talking about?
I'm listing famous works with opening crawls.
Right, yeah, and that was the first one that
you don't think maybe it was more of a Star Wars thing?
It was,
the thing that the rest of
it was obviously
joke.
Austin Powers, CJ.
CJ's the only one who's allowed to make stupid jokes. Sorry.
Dang, Lizzie is reciting the placard I have on the outside of our house. No, but Lizzie is
welcome. Only CJ is allowed to make stupid jokes.
No, but Lizzie is correct. A lot of the imagery and stuff. So I will say, I did think that this game really ripped off Star Wars hardcore. But after looking at it again, I think it rips off a lot of the Star Wars aesthetics, but actually a lot of the like storytelling and stuff is not really very Star Wars.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got to be Top Gun, right?
It's a little bit Top Gun. It's kind of a little bit of a generic like hotshot character.
Yeah, Top Gun.
Well, that's like the famous one with like jets, but there's also other media that exists. I don't know. It's like that other thing, the thing I always do. Now I just reference the thing I do instead of actually referencing a different thing. But there is the opening crawl, and of course they are flying their ships, which are called R-Wings. A reference perhaps to the X-Wings of the Star Wars universe. Also, their R-Wings change modes in the same way that the X-Wings kind of open and close their wings to have different modes.
All range mode.
All range mode. And more modes, as we'll get to soon. It's coming. It's really stupid.
They put like crack in the voice lines for Star Fox 64 with how much I want to say them. I don't know what it is about it.
So, let me talk, because I know you've been saying this, but I have a theory as to why it's like this. So, as I said, it's a little bit random. Not random, but it's like there's different paths, alternate whatevers. And these old games, they didn't save your state. So if you died, run out of lives, that's game over. You start over. It's not that long of a game to get through if you know what you're doing. It probably takes like an hour or two. But I think these lines are all really iconic because as kids, you would hear them 1,000 times because you'd be constantly restarting the game.
We've already quoted several.
And they're just really good lines.
We haven't got to.
But I do think
I should be thankful.
I guess I should be thankful. Can you guess who says that, Ethan? Based on our
that sounds like Falco.
Yeah, that's Falco.
All right, good.
But yeah, a lot of these iconic lines happen like in the first level, and they don't actually say them that much. Everyone always quotes the do a barrel roll thing, but he only says that like 1 or 2 times. Yeah, but it's just in the first level where they're teaching you how to do a barrel roll.
People act like it's like a Navi thing that he's saying it all the time, but he has said it like once.
Yeah, he says it because Pepe's always the one who gives you the like instructional like do a U-turn. Because he's like your mentor.
He's teaching it. Use the boost.
Right, he's
teaching you the controls that you've never played before. Also, a short defense of we're doing a lot of random stuff this time, but a short defense of the Nintendo 64 controller. People are like, oh, it's weird shaped. It's 3 controllers in one, dum-dums, okay? If you do it both on the outside, it's one mode. If you have one hand in the middle and the right, and then if you have one... They never use this mode, but you can also play it so your right hand's in the middle and your left hand's on the outside. And you guys, all you do now is bitch about how Nintendo nickels and dimes you and sells you like one thing 50 different times. And back then, they gave you a 3-in-1 controller and you just complained about it the whole time.
It was a super interesting design that they were just like,
I love it.
Nobody else has made a controller for 3D space yet, and
It's gotta have 3
we're just
knobs.
we're gonna put them all in and see what actually is popular.
Star Fox was one of the reasons that they had to have one of those controller configurations, because they thought that these like pilot simulation games in 3D space were going to be one of their most popular game types, which didn't really happen, but that's why there is one configuration that's just the joystick and then using like the directional pads, because they thought you'd need to use 2 controls at once and then have the trigger at the back. And they were right. That's what we do now for games. We got 2 sticks and a trigger.
Mm-hmm.
I have to imagine that they were just like hard to make, because Star Fox 64 was decently popular in its time, and Pilot Wings was super popular.
Oh shit, I loved Pilot Wings.
Is really fun.
Yeah, and it's like the games that actually did the flying simulation were good games. There just were not many of them.
Right. And they really pushed the hardware at the time. This fucking podcast is just becoming old, aging people talking about how things used to be better, but whatever. That's what every podcast is, pretty much. I was
gonna say, every podcast, great.
All right. So, we have Team Star Fox is being called in by General Pepper. Star Fox, we need your help. This is the new Team Star Fox. Fox has remade Team Star Fox after it fell apart from his father's time. He's gotten Peppy Hare and Slippy Toad and Falco Lombardi. All of these guys he's kind of known since childhood. It's in the lore. He's like, he made a team that he knew he could trust, which, like, fair.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
And also he added an extra member, which I also think is smart. So if one person does defect or die or whatever, you have more left to
now
deal
it's
with
only
it.
25% of your force.
I would say everyone's pretty trustworthy, save Falco save Falco Lombardi. So Falco wasn't originally in the team. He had his own team, which was called Free as a Bird.
Wow, really good.
All right.
And he was not the leader of that team either. But that's when he was on a team with Kat. And that's when they had romantic tension together.
Okay, yeah, they boned for sure.
Yeah, that's the idea.
But she's like really sultry whenever she talks to anyone.
I do think they are supposed to have had a romantic history, Falco and Kat.
Right.
Falco can't be tied down though, surely.
And that led to Falco having a falling out with his captain, who I think also had a thing for Kat. And then that's probably when Star Fox was like, hey, be on our team. We're just about flying and no girls allowed. And he was like, finally.
But Slippy's here.
Slippy's here, but, whatever. So the team is formed, and they have presumably been doing stuff, but General Pepper calls them in. He's like, we need your help, Star Fox. Andross's army has amassed and is now invading Corneria. This is a good time to point out that, as Lizzie mentioned, original Star Fox 64, and Star Fox Zero are all roughly the same plot. They're all this Andross is invading plot line. So I'm not gonna do them
with the plot line of James died and Star Fox or Fox took over.
Sure.
So we're not gonna do them separately.
Okay. Is it one of those things where they are covering the same events, or technically speaking, one is like the second time Andross came and almost exactly the same thing happened?
Nope, this is the same instance.
Star Fox Zero, I said, is again a remake, but the levels are actually way different. But it's the plot is the same.
So
okay, sure.
In the original Star Fox, it follows a lot of the same plot lines as Star Fox 64. They also were making Star Fox 2, which was going to be a sequel to the original Star Fox that was also going to be on the SNES. They had a bunch of ideas in that one that basically either got rolled into Star Fox 64 once it made the console jump, or ideas that were scrapped entirely but then reappeared in Star Fox Zero. So Star Fox Zero is, I would say, all of them kind of put together. And so we use that for like a lot of our touchstones, even though we reference Star Fox 64 because that's the one we played and like. But plot-wise,
Yeah,
I
you
don't know,
love it.
CJ likes
plot,
it.
yeah, it's so fun. But plot-wise, they're all pretty much the same. There's some different story beats because you do different levels, but the overarching story is the same. And so yeah, this is all the like Andros invasion storyline. From here, it's pretty straightforward. Team Star Fox comes in, saves the day. There are different routes. If you want to get to the hard route from the first level, you have to go through all of the arches and save Falco. I don't know.
So Falco is getting shot at.
Falco's getting shot
on
at.
his tail, and you have to save him.
And then he's like, huh,
Bogey's on his tail, yeah.
I guess I should thank
I
you.
guess I should be thankful.
But
He's also a hot shot like Fox, so
Yeah.
But Falco,
they're rivals.
Falco's more of a fucking asshole about it, though.
what they
Well, right, because he's not
as good.
They're both hotshots, but he's not the
He's-
leader.
he's
Yeah.
Sasuke.
Yeah.
But in Star Fox Zero, they made a minor change, which this invasion was able to happen because they had some sort of mysterious teleporting portal that allowed Andros' forces to just get into the Cornerian system without, like, by bypassing all of their defenses and stuff. And so we have this like plot line of like Andros came up with this teleportation technology that is helping his army remain undetectable and also launch all these surprise invasions. And so you're kind of reacting to all of this. As Star Fox saves the day, defeats several enemies, meets up with Bill. They go
And Cat.
and Kat, if somehow we don't know how, but she's there. They continue on their path to drive back Andros's forces. Again, in the original Star Fox and in Star Fox 64, you're just on your way towards Planet Venom. In Star Fox Zero, you're also doing that, but then as you approach Planet Venom, it disappears entirely. Whoa! How'd they move a whole planet? Teleportation technology. That's how.
Obviously.
I mean, yeah.
So you get to do all sorts of stuff. You get to be the Land Master, which is a tank, which I have never seen a reason why you would want to be in a tank over an R-wing.
The Landmaster.
Landmaster.
That's what he calls in Super Smash Brothers.
Yeah,
as
if
his
you
final
want to
Smash.
know why Fox calls in a tank in Super Smash Brothers, it's because
It's his Landmaster.
it's his Landmaster.
It's cool.
It's a tank. It's fine.
No. I did. The tank itself is fine, but just being like fighting game. I'm going to drop a tank on you now
Sure.
is very cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. But the R-wing in Star Fox Zero also has walker mode, which is ridiculous. So the R-wing is it's a long range space fighter, which means that it's equipped with the latest G Diffuser technology. Okay. Now, the G Diffuser stands for Gravity Diffuser, and it's a way to reduce the gravity on the pilot while also increasing the speed that the aircraft can take, and also it somehow generates its own electricity to be able to like provide all the thrust and stuff for the spacecraft, which is really
That's pretty good.
It's really cool. The wiki says that it's prone to malfunction, which I assume is because there's a lot of times when at the beginning of a level you'll be like, check your G diffuser systems, and they're all like, it's good to go, and then halfway through the level Falco will be like, my G diffuser is not working, and so it's like, okay, so not the most reliable thing. But it makes the R-wings some of the fastest fighter planes that are out there. Apparently, on top of that, they can also transform into walker mode, and then they can run around. I don't know why you would want to do that, but you can do that.
What? Because it's rad.
So not only does it have the G diffuser and all these lasers and stuff, but it also has the machinery to like turn into a walker and then run around. And they also have the ability to travel long distances through space without needing to be refueled or anything. Although they do have the Great Fox as like a home base for them. They do spend the whole mission pretty much just in their R-wings. So you fight through things. You go to a big star at some point and fly next to a star. I don't know why you'd want to do that. You're fighting a bunch of Andross's big monsters, basically, that he's made, all in an attempt to find him on Venom.
The lava monster that he created in Original 64 is really scary.
Also highly impractical because it needs to live in the lava on
probably.
a sun.
Yes.
So if you just don't go by
sounds rad.
if you just don't go by that sun, which why would you want to?
What is it for? I'm presuming it makes like sunspots or some cool shit.
It just throws
just is a
lava
monster.
at people
Yep,
who get
I don't
close.
know.
It makes big lava waves.
Maybe he was also like,
Okay.
I don't really know what to do with this. I guess I'll just put it
Right?
in.
Yeah, that's fair. This I have to interrupt with a question. Obviously these games, the focus is that Andross is the bad guy. Are there any other enemies of the Lilat system?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
In other games.
Okay,
Well,
good. Because I was like, it seems like we've built up a lot of military
So-
equipment
For
to fight
defending,
ourselves,
yeah.
mostly.
So Andross and his generals are he has a bunch of guys that are like in his army, the Andross army. And they
Right.
all wear little uniforms that have A's on them, which is
Yeah,
ridiculous.
A's on their head.
But on top of the Andross army has also hired a group of mercenaries, a group that rivals your own. I'm talking about Team Star Wolf. Wolves and foxes, obviously natural enemies.
Natural enemies never get along.
Team Star Wolf is actually pretty interesting. It consists of Wolf, who seems to be older. I think he's from Fox's dad's generation.
Sure.
He sees Star Fox as a rival. I don't know what beef they've had. Maybe
Right.
they're
So
just
like
both.
him.
He is slower but stronger.
Yeah,
Yup.
maybe and his side dash makes him go up a little, which is actually kind of inconvenient. He is in charge of Team Star Wolf, as you might imagine. His name is Wolf O'Donnell or
I think
O'Connell.
McDonald, right?
Wolf. I think it's Wolf O'Donnell.
Wolf McDonald's.
Wolf McDonald's.
Um,
Well, oh, you're right. It's Wolf O'Donnell.
yeah. He is joined by Pigma, who has joined Team Star Wolf. And he taunts you constantly about how he basically killed your dad. It's like very disrespectful.
Yeah. But it's not
yeah.
a respectful pig man. So
He also is joined by Leon, who is a chameleon. He's just sort of a smarmy kind of dude. I like him.
Sure.
He's like, ooh, let's see how you deal with this.
Andross has
Fox.
ordered us to
Uh-huh,
take
uh-huh.
you down.
We're here to take you down, Star Fox. And finally rounding out the team is Andrew.
Andrew Oikony.
Yeah,
What?
Andrew is Andross's nephew. He's a monkey.
And he's also a monkey, if you can believe it.
Okay.
So he's like Uncle Andross.
Uncle Andross. That's what he says when you shoot him down.
When you shoot him down. I'm sorry, Uncle Andross. His name's Andrew.
It's like the most normal name.
Yeah,
Which is
well,
really
it's-
funny.
Yeah, that's rough.
So Team
Can't
Star
let you do that, Star Fox.
Can't let you do that, Star Fox. That's Star Wolf.
That's Star Wolf.
They are kind of harrying you as you go through. You can fight them a couple times. The first time you fight them, you spank them pretty hard. You can fight them an optional second time.
Which was so hard. That was one of the things that I was shouting a lot about.
Well, so that's the third time, actually.
You're right.
You skip the second time that you fight them. But it's actually pretty cute because when you first meet them, they're these cool rival guys, and you kind of beat them pretty handily. And then at the end, they all come back, and they're all flying new, better ships. But also all of their character portraits have been replaced. So like Star Wolf looks kind of the same, but he's like covered in bandages because you blew him up already.
Right, yeah.
And
Very
the
good.
rest of the three of them all have like cybernetic enhancements because you exploded them and they had to get like a new face basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's rad.
So it's pretty cool to see. But the last time you fight them, it is so stupid hard. Their ships are just better than yours. They're always behind you. You can't do anything. If you put them in front of you, they just veer off to the right faster than you can turn. And it sucks. It sucks real hard. We spent most of our playthrough
trying to get them to
just
crash into
rewinding
things.
Yeah,
so
the only reason I was able to
get
beat them
really
at all
damaged.
is because I think one of them randomly crashed into a pillar and died, which made it more even. The way the game works is if you lose a crew member in a previous level, they won't follow you to the next level. You have to like wait for them to get repaired. And so I only had I didn't have Falco, who I think is just the best ally because the other two did nothing. Slippy Toad died immediately, obviously, and then Peppy Hair was just flying in a circle. No one was going after him. He wasn't even drawing any aggro. He
wasn't shooting.
He wasn't shooting. He was just flying in a
I've
circle.
mastered the barrel roll.
Peppy is just there for support, I think.
Not even very
as
good
in, like,
support.
like
Moral support.
Moral support.
Emotional
yeah,
support, yeah.
emotional. Slippy is there to only get shot down and die, and then so Falco's really your only help.
Yeah. So anyway, you beat these guys. You get farther down. You finally get to Planet Venom. In Star Fox Zero, Planet Venom disappears, and you actually travel all the way back to Corneria, which I think is weird because the whole game is predicated on you needing to travel through all these star systems to get to Venom. And then at the end, it's like, Venom teleported away, but also we're getting surprise attacked in Corneria. You need to get back here right away. And you're like, okay. And then you just immediately fly back. And I'm like, I thought the whole point was that you couldn't just do that. Otherwise, I don't know. What are we doing here? Whatever. So it's kind of been a secret up until now that Andros invented these portals, and these portals technology thing is like what killed your dad long ago. That's revealed at some point. It's not a very good reveal, so it doesn't matter. And then Fox is like, I have to go alone. This happens in all the games where you get to the final level
And it's just Fox.
and you got to separate off. So in Star Fox Zero, you go through this portal that takes you to where Venom is in this interdimensional space. In the other Star Fox games, you just go to Venom and you break through Andros's army and you fight Venom, or you fight on Venom until you enter the planet's core, where you discover that Andros is actually a big head. I don't know why.
He's a big floating head.
He's a big floating head. Sometimes he's a robot. So this is the part where if you didn't do the hard path, you'll fight Andros and it'll be revealed that he was a robot the whole time. And so you didn't actually kill the real Andros.
Yes.
You still get the victory screen, like nice job. But if you do the hard mode and you go to the real ending, you fight Andros and then he explodes and turns into a brain. And that's Andros's real brain. And then you need to kill his brain and then you win. And then he's like, well, if I die, I'm taking you with me, you idiot Star Fox. I hate your dad mostly, but I'll hate you by extension. And so you are in the exploding planet. And then that is when you hear the voice of your father. And in Star Fox 64...
It says, do a barrel roll.
Yeah. In Star Fox 64, it's awesome because out of nowhere, another R-Wing starts to fly up next to you. And it's your dad, and he's like, My son, trust your instincts.
He says, "I will guide you out of here." So you have to follow your dad out
You
of
follow
the
your
exploding.
dad's
base.
ghost out of this exploding base because it's like a labyrinth. So you got to like choose left or right to turn.
That's cute. That's fun.
And then you fly out of the explosion in Star Fox Zero. Your dad is like, "Fox, my son, trust your instincts."
Get some cool shades when you age.
That's another way to read it too. Is that his dad's voice is his like instincts, his natural pilot instincts, and they're just like showing him the way. But then when you escape the planet, Andros is defeated, exploded, and then Fox is like looking around because he's trying to see where his dad went. But then that's when he realized
I
I
really like. So in Star Fox 64, yes, you zoom in on Fox as he's flying and meets up with his friends, but he's like clearly like his head is looking around, so it's clearly presumably looking for where his dad went. But nothing is said about it.
Mm-hmm.
So I liked that in Star Fox Zero, the same kind of scenario happened, and they do the same like zoom in on Fox and he's looking around, and Peppy asks, is everything okay? And he's like, yeah, it was nothing. It was nothing.
Yeah.
But I kind of like that there was a little bit more weight added to that with even just that minimal amount of acknowledgement in Star Fox Zero. Because I did think it was weird that, like, he just doesn't say anything about that in Star Fox 64.
I don't know. I thought it worked well too. But it's pretty good. It's a pretty good ending. You defeat Andros.
And then at the end of Star Fox 64 and Star Fox Zero, and I think original Star Fox, you walk into a room with General Pepper, and everyone is saluting you, and General Pepper's like, so you want to join the army, boys? And Fox is like, nope.
No.
And then they leave.
And like, why would they?
Yeah, why
right?
would
Like
they?
they're getting all the benefit from. Yeah, they're getting all
paid,
they're getting all
and
the
they don't have to
benefits
listen
of
to
being in
somebody.
the army. They're getting paid for it, but they have all the freedom that they want. So like, they already have the great wolf.
The Great Fox.
The Great Fox.
Oh my gosh. It's not a Star Wars thing.
Yeah, sorry. Whatever.
How could you mix those up, CJ?
And that's like our main story. And then after that, at some point, Fox does the subspace emissary thing in Super Smash Brothers. So that fit in somewhere. But
and he fits into the Mario Galaxy movie
somehow. I don't know when. I don't know what part is that.
I've had a sexy blue fox lady on my screen almost this entire time.
Oh, wow.
Where's her
You
part
and
of the
everyone
story?
else.
Yeah. So this was a pretty good story. And it was pretty self-contained, and you're like, okay, well, I guess if Nintendo ever wants to make a rail shooter again, they'll make a Star Fox game. But
Which they do.
That's Star Fox. No, Ethan, you're wrong. Because
About what?
about a lot of things. Sorry,
Every once in a while, we'll just be sitting together in silence, and he'll say that.
I like to put
No,
words in
you're
Ethan's
wrong.
mouth and then tell them that he's wrong.
Yeah.
You see, Ethan, there's a little company you might have heard of called Rare. They make video games. They especially
did.
Yeah, right. They especially would make games that fall under what I would say is the adventure genre. Your more sort of explory, platformy type games, as opposed to your rail shooter type games. They had an idea for a game that was called Dinosaur Planet.
It was not called Dinosaur Planet.
It was called Dinosaur Planet.
Oh, okay, yes, it was. My mistake.
In Dinosaur Planet, you were going to play as this. It's following in the tradition of the. What are the sort of like dark fantasies of like a destined bound boy and a destined bound girl, and they had to work with the forces of nature on their planet to restore the order of magic and the old gods and all of this other fantastical stuff. and they got pretty close to finishing it, and they showed it, as the story goes, they showed it to Shigeru Miyamoto, and he was like, no one cares about these anthropomorphic animal characters, these sexy foxes that you have created. But you know who these sexy foxes remind me of? We have a little character called Star Fox who hasn't been in a video game in a while, and I don't think this game will sell at all. So, because you've basically already completed it, we will allow you / force you, because Nintendo was also its own publisher back in the day. We will allow you to publish this game, but change the main character to Star Fox, make it a Star Fox game, and then put some Star Fox characters in it, and that will, then we'll publish it. And they were like, okay, well, the alternative is to throw it away, so whatever. And so now we have Star Fox Adventure.
Which I have been playing in recent times, and I did not play as a child.
Yeah. Star Fox Adventure shows our good friend Star Fox. He goes to this dinosaur planet.
It's called Saria.
Which turns out is part of the
Lylat
system. Which I don't know how big the Lylat system is, but it's like
it's got a lot.
It's as big as it needs to be.
Anyway, it's a planet where dinosaurs live, if you can believe. It doesn't make any sense as a Star Fox game, but they do add in some sequences where you're rail shooting.
It's very Legend of Zelda.
It's mostly Legend of Zelda action platformer with some puzzly elements.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted this game as a kid, and I
saw the,
I also wanted it
You
as
saw
a
the
kid.
blue lady, and you were like,
Yeah.
I just think she's cool.
For some reason, this game was like harder to get a hold
Yeah.
of than a lot of Nintendo games, and like that's the only reason I'm not a furry today.
It was
Yeah,
it's
you-
the only
you
other
dodged
Star
that.
Fox game I remember seeing as a kid, and was like, wait, there's another Star Fox game? I want to play that. But like,
Yeah.
I also never got it for some reason. But I have as an adult, because I can do whatever I want as an adult now.
That's right, babe. So in also another thing that I'm sure came from Shigeru Miyamoto, because this has his kind of stank all over it. Originally, the game, you were going to play as both characters, both of these male and female fox characters. And actually, the lady girl fox named Crystal was going to be like the main character. And then you would also play like a different side storyline as this other male protagonist fox. And I assume because Miyamoto was like, nobody wants to play as girls in video games.
Well, also, it needed to be a Star Fox game.
Which, yeah, he is pretty on record as like saying that a bunch of times. Like, he wouldn't make a Peach game for a long time because of that. He wouldn't make a Zelda game where you play as Zelda to this day. There's that
Yes.
one, but
Yeah, because he doesn't believe that women should fight.
right. So the girl Crystal is sort of relegated now to an object, and the rest of the gameplay is taken up by Fox McCloud, who shows up in a cool spacecraft.
The R-Wing.
The Great Fox is there.
The Great Fox is also there.
And General Pepper is like, you have to go to this island because there is something going on there.
And this is after the events of Star Fox 64.
Yeah.
/ Star Fox 0.
Okay.
It's a really loose way to, because again, he wasn't supposed to be here. So basically, General Pepper's like, go here, Star Fox. Oh, and by the way, Star Fox, it is canonical that you have a laser gun. Do not use your laser gun on this dinosaur planet. Instead, we will give you a communicator, which will allow you to speak with the dinosaur inhabitants, which again was supposed to be this like mystical nature connection element.
Yeah, hell yeah.
But no, in this case, they just have a communicator, and Star Fox is not allowed to use a gun.
Yes.
It's cool.
They're very natural on Saria.
Yeah, he's like
They're dinosaurs.
They're dinosaurs, Star Fox.
They have like magic, not technology.
So the Saurians are being whatever. the Saurians are being plagued by, are they pirates? Are they space pirates?
Yeah, they're evil guys.
Yeah.
They're basically pirates, but it's General Scales and his army.
And they are trying to gather like the earth spirits so that they can gain its power.
Yes.
Uh,
A mystical force that everyone is like very reverent of on Dinosaur Planet. So he's really fucking with the basic magical elements of the planet that are supposed to be so special and revered.
Yeah, and there's a bunch of different like clans or like tribes of dinosaur people.
And I think and General Scales is like he's kind of has his own tribe.
Yeah.
Even though he's a general, it's his army, but they're like their own people.
Yeah, so he's trying to throw off the balance by collecting all of these like spirit elements. And you, Fox McCloud, have to show up and help them because Crystal, the lady blue fox, who we all saw on the cover, she was gonna do that, but then she got captured and put in a crystal.
Just like Zeldy.
Just like Zeldy. But she did drop her magical staff before that happened, which Fox finds and uses for the rest of the game.
And he's like, this
Mine
is technically
now.
not a gun.
It does shoot lasers, though.
This works.
I think they're magic lasers, though.
Right, so it's okay.
So there's like the Earthwalkers and the Cloud Runners and the Thorntails, and these are all like different dinosaur tribes.
Sure.
And you have to like help them all out and get their...
Is there a fox tribe, or was there
Nope,
just a fox lady?
No, this is only dinosaurs on this planet.
Yeah, it seems like there was just this one fox.
Crystal is from the planet Serenia, which is also in the Lilat system. She is the sole survivor of a planet-destroying something that happened to Serenia. She
A lot of that going around.
And she has like telepathic abilities. Presumably everyone on her planet did. But she can like read thought patterns and stuff. And so she is like just kind of aimlessly around, like trying to find answers for the death of her people and her planet. And she got a distress signal from Saria. And that's why she goes there originally. So she's
Okay.
not from Saria.
Yeah.
She shows
Okay.
up there to help and then gets put in a crystal. And so then Star Fox shows up.
And then Star Fox shows up to help. So you are collecting these what the fuck are they called? I don't know. These MacGuffins from the MacGuffin factories. The sacred spell stones from the Force Point
sage
temples.
medallions, yeah.
You go to temples and get spell stones. Crazy. And then you put them all together. You have this is my favorite part. You have a little companion that comes with you. A little
Yeah, he's called Slippy.
no, he's called Prince Tricky.
Prince Tricky. He's a little baby dinosaur
He's a baby
that you
dinosaur.
have to take care of, and
And
also he
he-
kind of helps.
And he's hungry,
He's
Ethan.
hungry.
He's so hungry. You gotta keep feeding him. He's so hungry. He's just a little guy.
I know people like Prince Tricky, but dear God, is he annoying?
I don't
think
think
some
so.
people do.
It is an escort quest that follows you through the whole
The
game.
whole fucking game I have been made aware of because I've been working with it and I've been
Hell
like,
yeah.
I'm playing it and I've been like, when does this little boy leave?
Which again,
I mean, also like Fox is annoyed about it. He's
Yeah.
like, okay, I don't really want to do this, but
and this is again a holdover from when it was like this was supposed to be your like dinosaur companion that you had because you're like a chosen
Right.
one, but now you just save this Prince Dinosaur and he follows you around so that he uses his dinosaur powers to help you. Really cool
Something
stuff.
like
yeah,
that.
I love dinosaur powers.
Anyway,
Wait, what dinosaur powers are there other than be big? The one that Prince Tricky does not
No,
seem
yeah,
to
he
have.
can't. He digs and
can
you find
dig.
like secret
Dinosaurs
entrances.
dig.
Okay, right, sure.
That's like about it.
So
Beautiful.
Yep.
as you learn through the game, Peppy Hare and Slippy Toad are on the Gray Fox or the Great Fox. They're helping helping you out from afar, without needing to put a new character model into the game.
Yep.
For some reason, Falco has taken off from the team. He is not part of Team Star Fox right now. But you reassemble all of these mystical spirit elements, and you find Crystal, and she's trapped in a crystal, and the mystical spirit elements revives the Krazoa god, who is presumably what you've been trying to do.
Oh, okay.
Because he's supposed to like restore the planet. But the Krazoa god is like, haha, I'm revived, and now I'm going to kill you, Star Fox. And you're like, what beef do we have? The Krazoa god is just like this big floating stone face.
Wait, I know a different big floating face.
Ethan, you'll never believe it. It flies up into space. And and Fox jumps in his R-wing and he chases after it. And once you chase it up into space, the big stone face flips around, and on the other side, it's Andross's face. He's
back.
He's been a disembodied soul this whole time and has been tricking these people into reviving the Krazoa god that he has taken over or something.
Yeah.
And now that you've revived the god, you've actually revived Andross. And now he's a big floating head and hands again. And you get to do the exact same fight from Star Fox.
Yay!
And again, once you beat him up enough, you see his brain that's inside of his head. You have to shoot his brain until it explodes, killing him again forever this time.
Uh-huh. For
Asterisk.
realsies.
There's a moment where Andross is going to kill you, and then that's when Falco shows up, and he's like, need a hand, Fox? And it's like, Falco, you're back. And I'm like, I didn't even know he wasn't on the team yet, but I guess he's come back to help Fox, and also he just joins the team again after this. So he was off the team between games and then came back to join the team for when the games happened again.
I assume it's because Fox was off chasing Fox Poon and Falco was jealous.
No, he was chasing Cat. He was trying to get
Falco
pussy.
likes cat.
It's
pussy,
but he
pussy
also
cat.
he likes smooch Fox also.
He likes Fox also.
Yeah, I guess
this
you're right.
is true to me.
It's really funny because when Falco shows up, he's wearing sunglasses, and we know through the narrative of how this game tells stories that means you have a child now. So when he showed up and had sunglasses, both Lizzie and I were like, "Oh my god, is he a dad now?"
Is he a dad?
But he rejoins Star Fox, and you know what? Crystal is also so grateful, even though she has interacted with Fox very little, other than through telepathy, I guess. But she is also going to join Team Star Fox.
I mean, yeah.
Also,
what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Say like we made the pretty Star Fox lady, and now we're just gonna like get rid of her? Nah.
Star Fox.
The furry community would not have
Star Fox also makes Prince Tricky an honorary member of Team Star Fox, so that's true.
For what reason? I don't know.
He says one day we'll meet again, and he's right. Because they made another game that's not like this game. Again, this game is completely unique because they just slapped a new skin onto an existing game.
Yeah, I love that.
But they went on to create Star Fox Assault. This is where we sort of fall apart a little in the lore. We always reach this spot eventually. This one, I will say, is less of a like contiguous story and more of a bunch of just like story beats that the fans will be like, I know this, I know what's happening, which is fine, I guess. But basically what happens is Andrew, who is Andross's nephew, the Andross army sort of dispersed and is being picked off after the demise of Andross for the second time. Andrew decides that he is the rightful emperor of the Andros Empire.
I mean, I guess.
And so he has been
That is kind of how that works.
he has been trying to gather back up the scattered forces of Andros. These are now the Oikoni forces, which is because he's Andrew Oikoni.
That's
Was it Okani? Oikani? I don't know.
Oikani? I don't know. It's really hard to say. It's a pretty bad name for
not
stuff.
great branding.
Whatever. He is trying to mount his own rebellion. And I guess while this is happening, a group of part machine, part biological kind of species, race of creatures called the aparoids. They're really bad at naming stuff. I don't know how you pronounce this.
Aparoids?
The aparoids. They have been showing up, and they are laying waste to the Lilat system. And so General Pepper is like, Star Fox, we fucking need your help. We're getting invaded by these horrid creatures. And I hear you have a beautiful blue fox lady with you now. And, I think you got what it takes. So we kind of learn a few things from this. Apparently, all toads tend to be sort of techie.
Right.
There's a scientist named Beltino Toad. I don't think he's related to Slippy Toad at all. Nope. Father of Slippy Toad. My bad. Almost missed that one.
It was one of the either not related or like directly related.
Okay, so I guess Slippy's dad has been working on this like portal technology that Andros had left over. And so they've been making these like warp gates that have been helping them with space travel, but then through these warp gates, these like creatures, these robot creatures have been coming through. They have been in secret designing a weapon to destroy this entire race of hive mind creatures. It's like Artemis Fowl. Do you remember Artemis Fowl?
I didn't read it.
I do, in fact, remember Artemis Fowl. Not the movie. I never saw it.
Well, it's like Artemis Fowl, where there's this like hive mind queen bee, and I guess Slippy Toad's dad is inventing a machine to do a genocide on their whole population, and they figure that out. And so they're using these portals to invade all of these different planets, which is basically just a really convoluted way for you to be able to play a Star Fox jumping from all these planets that you recognize from the previous games.
I don't know. We kind of sound like the bad guys.
It does really make you sound like the bad guys in this one.
This is a real. This gives me real modern America vibes, which I think is always America, but now I'm an adult and see it.
Pigma shows up again. He is a renegade space pirate. You have to chase him down, fight him for a while. Falco is still hanging out with you. Again, I guess it was ambiguous whether or not he was still on the team, but he is.
He's like, I had a kid out there, so I had to bounce. I'm back with you guys.
I guess the aparoids. So that's the thing, is these aparoids can like assimilate biological stuff.
Okay.
I thought for sure it was going to end up being like, this is the thing Andros made. And like, listen, I don't like lazy writing where you're just like, and then they also were doing this on the side. You don't know about it until now, though. But I was like, this seems so straightforward. It's just like, this is just Andros somehow.
Right.
It's not. Andros is dead, and he has nothing to do with this. Pigma gets assimilated by an aparoid, turns into a big robot. There is a distress signal from Soria.
Oh.
That King Tricky sent out.
Oh my god.
I guess his mom's dead.
Oh.
Yeah.
And so Crystal was telepathically contacted by King Tricky. So you go back to Soria and fulfill your promise to see Tricky again.
Very good, very good.
The thing everyone was hoping for. They did it.
And then they invade Corneria. And so you go to save Corneria, and it looks like Star Fox is cornered and he's gonna die. And then that's when Star Wolf shows up, and he's like,
Oh,
huh, you look like a pathetic little pup. But then he saves you, and it's like,
he said,
Star
I
Wolf.
hate
what?
you, Ron Burgundy, but damn it, I respect
He
I
you.
mean,
did
he
do
does-
the thing where he's like, if anyone's gonna kill you,
It's
Star
gonna be
Fox,
me.
it's gonna be
yeah,
me.
I mean, Wolf does have respect for Fox.
Yeah. But
Yep,
then he
yeah.
also he does this line where he's like, don't hesitate, Fox. And then I'm like, is that supposed to be like his version of the
Trust
your
your
instincts? And that's why I'm like, does he have a connection to the Fox line? I don't know. He acts like it. I'll say that. But he like, I don't know. There's something going on there in the background. So Wolf is kind of a not real enemy, you know, kind of
He's a rival.
he's a rival, another rival,
Yeah.
as with
Yeah.
as with
As you
Falco.
do.
I don't know if they have like beef with each other. They're like, no, I'm Fox's rival.
I mean, that is just weird. They do love to collect rivals in series like this.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, I'm your friend
I'm your
turned rival.
Yeah.
But then the new enemy, he's also going to be your rival.
And then I guess at the end of the game, they have to sacrifice the Great Fox to destroy this this Aparoid queen, and which destroys all Aparoids everywhere forever. And everyone survives though. They
Except the Aparoids.
well, yeah, but our characters.
Except besides the genocide that just occurred,
Yeah.
everyone is okay.
But Peppy and Rob and Fox and Star Wolf and General Pepper all escape, and the rest of them are all there too. And it's happy endings all around. Nothing really happens that matters all that much, but it is a good time where you get to go see all of your friends from the previous games.
Yippee!
I mean, that's all I wanted was
Yeah.
to be reunited with King Tricky.
It's just really all I wanted.
So a bunch of fallout from the previous game happens. I didn't read this one. This one was too much.
Right. That was the most like CJ's just like,
Yeah,
I don't
I
care
didn't
about
get to
this.
it.
I don't look at it.
It's just like it's a little again, it's kind of that really like mission based stuff. There's not a lot to it. I know that it's getting to the point where it doesn't really matter because they just start to kind of move the characters around. Not in a way that like is that interesting, but just in a way of like it makes it new. So like
Sure. You mean like the team swapping kind of stuff?
right.
Or-
So after all that last stuff happens, the Star Fox team kind of disbands because Peppy Hare is now General Peppy instead of General Pepper.
I'm sure people get that confused a lot. They'll be like, "Yes, General
So,
Peppy's
did General
Pepper, sir.
Pepper-
I mean, Peppy,
Yeah.
sir."
I don't know if General Pepper is dead.
Or just
I mean,
retired.
like, he seems to be old.
He is old. He's
original
been
Star
aging
Fox,
really.
So
He's been
Okay,
aging.
sure.
He is
Sure.
like, again, this is what I mean when they shuffle things around. But like, okay, now Peppy is General Peppy. General Pepper's
God, can you
out.
imagine like
If you're in the army and like you're trying to
in
go
the
up the
army,
ranks, and all of a
yep.
sudden there's a mercenary just comes in. He's like, "Well, I know your boss," and he said, "I'm in
was thinking
charge
that.
now."
yeah,
he said I'm
It's
the big general now.
Falco is an independent mercenary. Slippy's retired so that he can spend
that's
time
for
with
the
his
best.
with
That's for
his
the best.
Fox, I've seen too much death in my
My
life.
father did a genocide. I'm going to go live with my fiancée
And I-
Amanda.
And
we helped.
Fox, my father did a genocide and I helped him do it, Fox. Every night when I go to sleep, I see the dead eyes.
It's just crazy. I'm also reading Crystal has joined Star Wolf after breaking up with Fox.
Well, okay, it's
Mm-hmm.
it's a complicated.
Yeah,
Because
how's it complicated? Honey?
Star Fox told Crystal he did not want her to be a part of Team Star Fox anymore because it was too dangerous.
Oh, classic.
And she got pissed and said, well, fine, we're breaking up also. I'll leave, but also we're not going to be together. And I do want to be a pilot, so I'll go join Star Wolf.
Yeah. And then Star Wolf was like, I'm cooking you, Star Fox.
The furry community does love that.
Yeah.
They're like
Drama.
Oh, yeah. They're like, what if Amy and Shadow were together? Fuck you,
What
son.
if?
And it's also just such a like trope of being like, this is so dangerous. I can do it. You a woman? No. It's not okay.
That doesn't make any sense to
She's
me.
like, what if I joined the bad boy then?
Yeah.
He's
No,
like, no.
I mean, you know what? In her defense, that is the move to be
Yeah.
like, you're kicking me off. Well, I'm joining your
Oh,
rival
yeah.
team. Fuck you.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that is the right move.
The enemy in this one is like a new race we've never met before, and they were like bioengineered by Andros.
Obviously, he was doing a lot.
sure.
They were living in the acidic seas of the planet Venom,
Cool.
and then
Oh,
they just
okay.
popped out. So
So they're like sea creatures.
yeah,
Yeah,
I guess.
they're
Uh,
bioweapons.
I don't know, Ethan. I'm we're learning this on the fly, kind of with each other.
I'll tell you, we don't have to do this.
Well,
CJ.
it's
we could just say,
but Ethan,
You know what?
remember when Crystal and Fox broke up? This is after Crystal bore his son.
No, it's not.
Oh,
No, it's not.
okay.
Yeah, it is.
I thought it was one of the many endings to this game that they can have a son.
Oh.
Yeah, no. That did not happen
I
before
see.
this game.
Well,
This
which
game,
ones? Well,
This
Like
game
that-
has multiple endings, if you can believe
and they're
it.
all, and none of them are.
We don't know what is canon.
I was gonna say
God.
you can't
How-
tell which
And
one's the
one
ending.
One of them is that Fox and Crystal
have
get
a
back
baby.
together and they have a son. His name is Marcus, and he is blue.
He's part.
I know
blue.
everyone was wondering.
How
blue.
like, yeah, he has to be. How like wild would it be? You're 8 years old. You pick up the Star Fox game for your DS, and then like one of the middle lines is just like, oh, Crystal, I couldn't have you fighting alongside us while you're pregnant with our child.
No, that's like a ending like later when they're a little older because guess what? Fox, he wears sunglasses.
He puts sunglasses on
When
at
he
the
has
end.
his
Once he has a son.
Yeah.
And then his son forms a new Star Fox team
Yes.
with Slippy Toad's son and
Pepe's
granddaughter
and Falco
and Falco.
as the mentor.
Falco's the mentor now. He
Sure.
presumably okay. End of the episode.
Okay.
We're getting
Falco
our
does
wrap
his
up.
own shit.
Falco fucks. Okay,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
know Falco
Right,
fucks.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying
Uh-huh.
I just don't think you can produce offspring if you're a different anthro species, right? Because he fucks that cat
Sure.
for sure. I don't think a cat and a bird can make
Stuff like this is answered in the Zootopia abortion comic.
which
we all know what I'm talking
which is
about.
canon in the
we
Zootopia
do,
too.
no, we don't.
It takes place inside of the Seinfeld apartment. It's a
fan-
lot to talk
It's a
about.
fan comic, a Zootopia fan comic where Judy
If you want us
and
to talk about
Nick
Zootopia.
have a child, but Judy does not want to keep it.
Yeah, and Nick is pro-life.
Yeah.
This is a real thing, Ethan.
This is
I
a
don't know what
real
to tell
thing.
you. And I think we've
What do you wait? What do you mean
we
this is a real
referenced
thing?
this
Like they
before
made
on
it.
the
This-
show.
someone made
This
it.
is a real thing that a fan made.
Yes.
There's another word for that is nonsense.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Listen, Sonic
It went
is
viral.
pregnant with Goku's child, and that's a real thing. I drew a
There's
picture of it.
there's a different level of effort needed to make something enter the general consensus, and I'm just saying this is a thing people are talking about, Ethan.
Well,
All right.
So that is a possible ending, which
Yeah.
because we haven't had a like timeline wise story take place after this game.
We don't
We don't know which is like
Mhm.
dubbed as canon.
Yeah, this is the last one, and it ends Or it's the last one in the timeline, and it just ends very ambiguously as to
But,
like,
like,
what happens.
You know, I'm sure it will be made canon.
It's probably that
like,
one.
yeah, the happy one where they have children and make a next generation Star Fox. That's probably the one that's gonna be
the one
canon.
where they fuck.
Yeah.
That's the
That's
real one.
Probably not the one
We
where
all need that next gen. You know, Boruto, the son of Naruto.
I do know Boruto. I keep seeing clips of him on YouTube.
Wow.
Seems interesting.
It's not.
It makes me feel old, and I don't like it.
I think. Sorry to tell you this, honey, but the Fox spirit is dead now.
The Fox Spirit?
Yeah, the one that lives inside Naruto died.
Oh, yeah, I know that.
It's a real loss.
Kurama is his name.
Okay.
We can talk about it in a Naruto episode I'll do someday.
Hey, you set it up, and we'll
Jesus.
listen to it maybe. Speaking of listening to it, you have listened to another episode of The Lore You Know
chaos.
and got to the end. Congratulations. Nice job. Dang. At the beginning, we should have been like, good luck.
Good luck.
Good luck.
That's what they say at the
But
start of
now,
every
but
level.
now we can say mission complete.
It's mission accomplished.
That's what it says. I don't know where the mission complete voice line comes from.
Smash Bros.
Is it just Smash Bros? Okay.
That's his.
Yes.
That's what Fox says when he wins a game.
Mission complete.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ethan, that you didn't get to talk about the your step-by-step analysis breakdown of that one clip with the Wombo combo, Happy Feet, That Ain't Falco, sort of situation that happened in that competitive Smash match that one time. Maybe next time when we cover the Subspace Emissary, which could happen if you ask for it.
Oh my God, that could happen. I shouldn't, though. To be clear.
Hey, if you want that or any other topic, leave us a comment or a message or
an email.
whisper it onto the wind.
Or email.
Or email at cookingwithspices69@gmail.com.
That is a whisper on the winds at this point.
It's just, if you wanted to psychically reach out to Crystal the Fox.
Yep.
You can
Save-
try
save
that,
us.
but that will, be on your own terms in your own space. It
And-
won't really reach us.
And we won't fault you for it either.
Yeah.
And we want to please ask you, please give us a thumbs up and a like and a subscribe if you want to hear more us talking about silly things. We have more silly things that are coming up that will help you get up to speed for all the upcoming movies and stuff. I know that you want to know the background lore before you go see Mario and other such franchises, so stay tuned. But until next time, we want to thank Galestorm Kitsune for doing the artwork for the channel, and we want to thank Apagio for doing the intro and outro songs. I think that's it. Do you guys have any final thoughts on Star Fox?
I guess I should be thankful.
Ethan, do you want to say one of the lines? I'll say my favorite. Wait, you say yours.
Yeah.
Say the one you want to say.
God, I wish I had quoted it now, but I killed your father, CJ.
Ah, fuck. All right, I'll say. All right, this will react to that, and this is my favorite Fox line. Ah! He says that when he dies, when he gets shot down.
Okay.
Fox? Fox?
He also says
Fox!
no
Okay, sorry.
rest for the best.
There's no
And
rest
that's
for the
us.
best. That's a good one. That's how we end the episode. Well, until next time, I've been CJ.
I've been Ethan.
I've been Liz.
There's no rest for the best.
Ah!
Ah!
No!
That's Slippy Toad.
Yeah, he loves Fox so much.
They all do. They're
My sweet baby boy.
they're polycule.
Polycule. Yes.
Yeah.